The roar of my lawnmower cut through the Saturday silence of evergreen meadows like a chainsaw through velvet, until Lorraine Hargrove, self-crowned queen of the HOA and professional clipboard warrior, marched straight across my grass like it was her personal red carpet. "Ethan Brooks," she barked, lavender perfume arriving 2 steps before her. "That mailbox is still black. We voted. It's aggressive. It's not harmonious." I killed the engine, wiped sweat from my forehead, and smiled the kind of smile that doesn't reach the eyes. "Lorraine, you're standing on my lawn. Again. Without knocking. Without calling. That's called trespassing where I come from." She blinked like I'd spoken Swahili. "The board decided black mailboxes scare the children. You have 72 hours to repaint it beige, or the fines start at $250 a day." I stepped closer, voice low. "Beige? In Colorado? You planning to paint the mountains pastel too?" She pulled out her phone faster than a gunslinger. "I'm calling the sheriff. You're harassing the HOA president." I crossed my arms. "Perfect. Let's see what they say when they see whose grass your heels are sinking into." Deputy Morales rolled up in under 8 minutes, took one look at Lorraine's feet, then at me. "Ma'am, he asked you to leave?" "Well, yes, but—" "Step off the property. Now." Lorraine's face went the color of a ripe tomato left in the sun. "I'm the president. This is community standards." Morales didn't blink. "Community standards don't trump state trespass law. Move." She backed up like the grass had turned to lava, muttering about ingrates loud enough for the whole cul-de-sac to hear. I waved. "Thanks, deputy. Tell the wife the brisket was killer last weekend." By sunrise the next morning a crisp white notice fluttered under my wiper. Mailbox violation, revised aesthetic guidelines, section 7.4, addendum D. Repaint within 72 hours or face escalating penalties. I read it twice, then laughed so hard the neighbor's dog started barking. I'd memorized the real bylaws last year after they tried fining Mrs. Alvarez for her American flag being too patriotic. No section 7.4. No addendum D. Not even close. I grabbed the official binder, drove to the county clerk's office in Boulder, and walked out with a certified copy proving 0 amendments since 2021. Then I hit Office Depot, printed 200 flyers, and by dinner every single mailbox in Evergreen Meadows wore one. "Received a fake violation? Call the clerk. Here's why it's illegal." The text was polite. The sarcasm was surgical. By 9 p.m. my phone exploded with texts. "They fined me $300 for solar lights last month." My wife cried over garden gnomes. "I'm in." Lorraine's Mercedes sat crooked in her driveway the next morning, door open, her pacing like a caged tiger while yelling into her phone. "It's just a technicality. We voted." The whole block heard. By noon, people weren't waving from porches anymore. They were standing in driveways comparing fines like war stories. Old Harold Finch, the retired founder who got voted out last year, hobbled over with a dusty folder. They never had quorum. Never filed anything. She put her sister-in-law on the board and started skimming landscaping bids. He handed me the proof. I smiled. "Harold, how do you feel about a little sunlight?" Sophia, my attorney buddy who escaped to Denver but kept her Colorado license, read the cease and desist they taped to my door that night and actually cackled on Zoom. "This is textbook fraud, Ethan. Fake rules, unfiled changes, hidden accounts. File with the HOA Oversight Board tonight." "I'll draft it." I did. Then I attached Harold's minutes, the altered bylaws with pages literally cut out, and every fake notice. The state's response was faster than Lorraine's perfume. An official letter to every homeowner announcing a full investigation. All fines suspended. Effective immediately. The board meeting that Friday night turned the clubhouse into a powder keg. Lorraine strode in wearing shoulder pads sharp enough to slice bread, flanked by her cousin Kevin, former rent-a-car guy, and her bestie Gail. She tapped the mic. "Recent misinformation has caused unnecessary confusion." A hand shot up. Mrs. Alvarez didn't wait. "Is it true you've been collecting dues into a secret beautification account that paid your brother-in-law's company 40 grand? Lorraine's smile twitched. "The board has discretion." Harold stood, cane tapping. "Discretion doesn't include shredding minutes or writing checks to shell companies in Arizona. I have the footage." The room went dead quiet. Then the back doors opened. 2 plainclothes detectives from the Colorado Fraud Unit walked in. "Lorraine Hargrove? We have a warrant for all HOA records and financials." She froze mid-sentence. One detective held up a USB. And this lovely security footage from 6 months ago showing you and your board shredding documents and cutting checks to a non-existent LLC. Lorraine's voice cracked for the first time. This is private property. Not when a judge signs the order, ma'am. Kevin threw his hands up. I just signed what she gave me. Gail started crying about being pressured. Lorraine tried the victim glare one last time, but the cuffs clicked anyway. As they walked her out, the whole room watched her designer heels, still carrying blades of my grass, shuffle across the tile. Harold took the podium. Under the original charter, we can appoint an interim board right now. No objections. New names went up, Mrs. Alvarez, Harold, the math teacher from 412, and me, because someone had to keep the clipboard crowd honest. 3 weeks later, the local news ran the headline. Evergreen Meadows HOA president arrested, $47,000 in dues beautified into family pockets. Restitution checks started arriving. The new board held real elections, real votes, real budgets posted online. We threw a block party in the cul-de-sac. No permits, no fines, just burgers, music, and kids running wild with garden gnomes on full display. My black mailbox stood proud, untouched, with a little sticky note someone left. Still aggressive. Still perfect. I stood on my porch that night, coffee in hand, watching the new family across the street unload moving boxes while their golden retriever chased fireflies. Lorraine's house had sold in 4 days, cash buyer who loved bold colors. The old command center annex now had a fresh coat of paint and a bronze plaque by the door, in honor of those who spoke up when the rules forgot the people. True or false? The real power abuser was the neighbor who fought back against the HOA, or did the clipboard queen finally get buried by the very rules she weaponized? Drop your answer below. I'm reading every single one.